Hey guys, and welcome back to Runic Survivors, and today we are going to be trying to chain a bunch of spells together. This is something I've really been wanting to do, was to see how many spells I could actually chain together. Thus far, I've only really figured out how to play with one mouse button, but maybe I'll figure out in the future how to play with two, so I basically was focusing on one mouse button and chaining everything to that one mouse button. That way I could spam it a little more easily, because when you have two, what I found was that it would sometimes get hard to, like, spamming would sort of stop because it would run out of mana. So we've got three spells here chained together. We've got Bolt chained into Blast, chained into Aura, and we're going to get a fourth one here pretty soon. I'm just going through some weaker mobs now. I'll skip ahead to the point where we get some more exciting action. So we've got our fourth spell there, which is another Aura chained in. Again, all on one mouse button so far. And we're going to search for another link, but we're already, I think, maxed on link. So the way you go from there on a single mouse button is that you have to upgrade runes, and then there are certain runes that will allow you to link another row below that, and then you can start linking that row as well. So probably will upgrade the fire rune, and that one allows you to link on burn chance, and if it burns, that means you'll get whatever spell is linked to that, I believe. So we just have to get that one and then upgrade that, and then that, what it does is it'll actually create a new row beneath that particular one. So then you can just start linking a whole new row. I didn't realize it was that, like, scaled quite as crazy as that, but it really does get kind of wild. So yeah, we upgraded that Aura, and now we're just waiting for probably a fire upgrade. I've also done it with an EXP rune, so we could try that one as well. That one also allows you to link, although I think that one is a little bit trickier. I think it's like 20% on hit maybe. So we've got Bolt. I was getting those spells because I thought I would upgrade them. That's why I took those runes. This is already getting pretty dicey here. You can see I'm barely surviving this little circle here, but we do get another Blast if I want it. I also do like to take Split, but if we take Blast, we can upgrade, so that's probably the right play here. Getting these basic spells upgraded can be fairly effective in terms of customizing your strategy. So we're probably going to take, I don't know. I normally take Massive Blast, but depends on exactly what I want to do. Yeah, we'll take that. So let's see if we can survive long enough to get some additional links. Or some upgrades for some links. Because the thing is, once you do that upgrade, I think then you can put a normal linked rune in on that new chain you've created, and then I think you can start doing it like that again. So here we go. We got the third fire rune, and okay, we're actually just going to keep playing with it for right now, but I think partly because I realized that I needed a little more help at that moment, but then I do decide to upgrade it. As you can see right here, one linked spell when applying burning, 35% chance to apply. So we're going to take that one, and then I believe what I figured out is if I put it in that top row, you can see right there what happens. It creates a new thing there, but the other thing is, though, if I move that rune I just created a little further to the left, I don't know if I realized it at the time, I think you actually get more slots. Like, it starts further to the left, and then you might be able to link with link runes to go to the right, kind of like you just got a whole new row. So I think that's how you would expand off of that. So let's see what I'm going to take here. As you can see, we're up to 5 spells now linked together because I've summoned in that new slot that I created. So we're going to upgrade Bolt now. And not really sure what I want to take here. Split Bolt basically creates this thing that shoots out in a circle around you. I think I've taken that one before. I don't know about Piercing Bolt. I haven't done a whole lot with Piercing. It seems like it would be good just because in most of the times where I've died, like the monsters, they tend to come at you in these deep waves. So I feel like from that perspective, Piercing could be a really interesting strategy to try. So we got 2 hearts left. As you can see, this has been pretty effective. I have a lot of tokens on the ground here to pick up, a lot of materials on the ground to pick up. Trying to just be cautious how I'm moving because not all of these guys are dying instantly. Yeah, what do I want to pick here? Shield is tempting, but I don't understand what shield does. I've tried to take shield several times and I can't understand how to use it. I think I need to practice with that one some more. Look at all the little ghosts coming out. That's kind of cool. Alright, they're starting to close in again. Level 31. Now level 32. We got another link here. I think I didn't quite... That didn't quite register with me. If I just move the fire thing to the left, I think I could, like, link in a chain. Again, we might have to try that in another video here. Because I think I ended up picking freezing. Just because I was trying to see if I could kind of slow down the advancing, and I wanted to make sure I had a sufficient amount of burn and freeze happening so that they couldn't just jump on me so quickly. Because it starts to get very overwhelming, especially if you're just standing still like I was. But the thing is, if you're running Aura, it kind of sometimes feels like you have to stand still, because otherwise you're kind of moving so close to the enemy mobs that sometimes you can accidentally run into them, because you're trying to get Aura to, like, be within their range. Yeah, so we took another blast. And let's see what else we got. Another rune. What are we going to pick? I could upgrade the freezing one if I want to. Alright, we're just going to fill that slot because... Yeah. And we're still holding them off pretty good here at level 34. I'm wondering how high we're going to get. Well, okay, I already know. What am I saying? But it was actually pretty impressive in terms of, like, the leveling. This was easily some of the highest leveling I've done. And this game, honestly, it's pretty good once you get into a flow with it, but it can be hard if you have a bad build. That's what I've noticed. If you take a bad build, it can be kind of tough to get going, but once you get a build that's going pretty good, then it can start rolling a bit. Still, I think this game would be better with more runes, especially more spell runes would really help. Because as it is right now, it feels a little limited in that regard. So level 35, level 36. What do we want to do? I feel like I should take another spell rune, because none of the other options... I could take the enlargement and put it on Aura. That's also an option. I guess we'll do that. Because I still never caught on to the fact that I could maybe move that one fire rune to the left and get another slot. Some of these things I've, like, later figured out after I recorded the videos, so unfortunately they don't always get applied right away. But it just means there needs to be another video. And this was still working out really well here at this point. Why exactly I had trouble in the end of this run, I don't know, but we're going to see what happened. So I took a split, because I got this to the point where I almost had all these slots maxed out. Not maxed out, but, you know, I had them all filled up, which is pretty cool. Because a lot of runs, especially if your runs mess up, you never really get to actually fill out your slots with runes. which is kind of a shame because that's where this game starts to get really, really interesting. So I feel like a lot of people might get discouraged if they pick a bad build right off the bat, and then they just never get to do any of the linking, because it definitely makes the game a lot more interesting. As you can see here, though, there's so many materials out there, and I can't really go and get any of them. I'm kind of stuck here. I might be able to break out. I was like trying to see if I could. And, oh. Yeah, this is what happened. What happened was, look at the clock. I ran out the timer. I ran out the timer on that one. Pretty wild right there. I should have tried to break out and go after the other bosses. I think I thought I was going to win if I ran out the timer, because that's what happens in some of the other survival games. Like, for example, Rotato, if you run out the timer on the boss, you win the run. But that's not what happens here. You have to actually take out the bosses, I think, especially to get more gold. Otherwise, I don't know if you actually take out the bosses. We'll have to see if you actually quote-quote win or not. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this video, because that's how it ended there. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing some crazy combos, and I'll see you in the next video.